Hello, future celeb. Welcome to How to Be Famous with Whitney Euland. I am Whitney Euland, and I am so glad that you are here. If you have been listening here for a while, you know that my podcast is really, y'all are like my OGs, and I wanted to let y'all know that I have some really exciting special offers coming up for Black Friday. So what I've decided to do is open up a waitlist. So if you are interested on getting on the waitlist so that you are going to get first access to learn about all of these new programs and offers and opportunities, then send me a DM with the words Black Friday, and I will make sure that you are on the wait list. Basically, if you're on the wait list, you're going to get first dibs, first access at these. And some of these offers are things that y'all have been literally begging me for in my DMs and emails. I get requests for this program, specifically one of them, all of the time. And so we're finally going to do it, but it is going to be limited access. So make sure that you get on the wait list. I have so many fun things coming, different bundles, different packages, all of these things that I'm super excited about. So honestly, I feel like there's really no better way than, using Black Friday to invest in yourself and in becoming a self-made celebrity. So I am so excited that you're here, and I hope that you enjoy this week's vlog. I think it's a good one. Just as a reminder, make sure to subscribe and follow along. It helps other people find my platform, which is really helpful because you know that I'm all about helping the world have more good-hearted celebrities. So the more good-hearted artists, creatives, and influencers that we can find, the better. And the way that you can help me by doing that is by leaving a review, subscribing, following, or sharing this on social media. Anyway, thanks for being here and enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to How to Be Famous with Whitney Euland. I am Whitney Euland, and I am here to take you on the journey where I become famous. And first off, before I do get started, is that I feel like I just need to clear the air because every once in a while I'll get a hater on my account that's like, you're not famous. And I'm like, okay, first off, let's just slow down here. Fame is just a resource. It's just the resource of having people's attention, and you can have that in multiple verticals. That could be, you could be famous, you could be known for being an artist, being an influencer. You could have a different platform. Just like how you could have multiple streams of income, you can also have multiple streams of fame, and you can increase those by creating multiple platforms. And also, just like how there's no golden letter in the sky that's just like, this is what a wealthy person is, there's also not something for a famous person. I recently had someone follow my account, and she shared some of my posts on her story. She had 5 million followers, and I had never heard of her. Okay, so is she famous? Yes, that doesn't mean that I knew who she was. So anyway, all this to say, I feel like I have to give that caveat because my guess is if you're listening, you also are wanting to become famous, and you might feel like a lot of imposter syndrome around it. Who am I to become famous or whatever? And I think that that's what all this journey is about, becoming that energetically aligned to being a celebrity before the resource of fame has shown up. And anyway, that's my caveat. But what I wanted to talk about today is a couple of things that I have gotten from a few other coaches, actually. So one of my best friends, her name's Shaina Leis. She's an incredible coach. If you're looking for a clarity coach for if you're navigating a big transition in your life. Also, Augie is here. He's playing. If you're navigating a big transition, I cannot recommend her highly enough. But she is someone who, she helps people create clarity and create transition and work through transition by working on decluttering their homes. Her methodology is basically that your home is a reflection of your brain. So let's say if your kitchen is always a mess, then there's probably a part of you that has a hard time taking care of yourself. And I know that she also is a big believer to to save your closet to do last. What I will say is my bedroom is a nightmare. Yeah, hi. My bedroom is a nightmare. Backstory to all of this is that my ex and I moved into this apartment complex together, and then he left. Yay! Yeah. Interesting timing, Augie. So he left and I stayed here, but it felt weird to stay in that bedroom. So I switched the nursery and my bedroom, and immediately I got the nursery all ready to go. It is vibrant, it is cute. It was cute within 2 days of when my ex left. And I do think that that is telling in terms of if we're gonna unpack the psychology of me putting my kid ahead of myself, 100% that is what I have done, for better or for worse. But I don't know that that's, well, I will say I don't know that that's always for better. I do think that right now it's kind of gotten to the point that it's I'm not really prioritizing myself, and I do think that that's what is reflected in my bedroom right now. Going along with what my friend Shaina believes, I'm okay, well, let's do this inside out, or I'm sorry, outside in, and let's create a bedroom where that I feel reflects me. So the first thing that I'm working on, and it's been hard because I'm like trying to prioritize, you know, business in terms of like money. It's really freaking hard to prioritize yourself. And yet, if you think about a celebrity is someone who's celebrated, and that has to start with yourself. And I also, the other coach that I want to talk about is someone who, I'll link her stitch on the show notes of this, but oh my God, I wish I had her. This is my bad for not having her name pulled up right now. But she stitched one of my posts and basically was like, agreed with what I was saying based off of her like spiritual practice, which I'm going to be honest, I didn't fully understand. But something that she said was, she was like, a celebrity loves who they are, what they do, and how they do things. And so I just have been thinking about, I'm like, okay, if I'm wanting to embody celebrity, I need to like myself, what I do, and how I do things. And that, again, then going with what Shaina talks about, it's like that's going to be reflected in my homes. What I did is I went to the Mecca, the promised land of Costco. My mom swears by these sheets. They are, say it with me, hotel signature sateen, 400 thread count, Egyptian cotton. And then I also got this little like comforter from also Costco, pleated wave. And I'm almost like, is this ugly? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little reveal after I put it on, which probably won't be until my kid goes to bed. But while I was at Costco yesterday, I was just like having so much drama. I got there at like 5:40, which I didn't realize that it closes at 6. I didn't have my card, so I had to go to the membership desk, get a temporary card, blah, 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 which by the way, I didn't know that they have an app now for Costco. What I'm trying to say is I went there and I was just in so much indecision, and I was just like, what do I do? Like how, and I like went back and forth between the, and there's like not even that many options at Costco. Like there's like 4. What's wrong? All this to say though, I could not make a decision, and I like was just going back and forth over and over and over. And then I just remembered what this TikToker had said about like celebrities love who they are, what they do, and how they do things. And I just was like, Whitney, what if we just do what we want? What if we let go of the rules of, and like, I know this sounds like so basic, but I feel like with going through a separation, like my ex and I were together for 11, like our 11th wedding anniversary is like this December, and we'll probably still be technically like legally married at that point. So like we've been together a long time, and like we grew up together. Like I was 20 when we got married. And so I feel like all of this has just been such like an identity disruptor, and it's just like really made me question myself in like the smallest ways, which goes against literally everything that I like teach my clients how to do, which is to like, again, love yourself, love your decisions, love the way that you do things. I just thought that was like a really succinct way of putting it. So I use this as an exercise, and I like had every voice in my head that's like, Whitney, we do not need white sheets when we have a baby and a dog with black fur. Like I was just like, this is a bad idea. And then I was like, you know what? Honestly, screw making good ideas. Let's just do what I want, and let's like our reasons. And let's decide that like this phase, even though it's like very unsettling, it's not forever, it's not permanent. And like if I want to get new sheets in a couple months, I can, because guess what? They're only $30. Shout out to Costco. So anyway, all this to say, I decided to go for it. I'm excited to see how it goes. And also as a sidebar is that the sheets that I'm replacing, like I got my comforter from IKEA. It was like a comforter and like a duvet, or a duvet and a duvet cover, I guess. And then I paid like an obscene amount of money for West Elm sheets, and I hate them. They're like not comfortable at all. Every night I get into this bed that feels like rickety and feels like shitty, that I bought like on a whim, like right after and not like on a whim, but like not premeditated when my ex and I decided to separate. But before he could move out, we were like, okay, well, I just was like, I'm gonna get another bed and move into the nursery with Augie. So like nothing about this was like planned or like curated, and that's not what I want. Or that's like, I want to be in a space that feels curated, that feels like a home for my soul, that feels like I'm such a homebody, I'm such a hermit. That's my, like, if you know human design, I am a 6'2", which is like a hermit role model or something, or role model hermit or something. And so I'm very much a person that like needs to recoup in my space. And so that's been really challenging, just feeling so unsettled in this. So I am working on feeling more myself and feeling more like confident in myself and my business decisions by making little decisions that feel aligned. And I'm using my home to reflect that back to me. So if this is something that you're struggling with as well, if you're going through a big transition or you're just not feeling like yourself, or like maybe an even better place to be in, and I hope this for everyone, is that you're like at a good place but you want to up level, take a look at your space and like see, does, like, if you want to be famous, if you want to be a celebrity, if you want to be celebrated, do you like yourself? Do you like your decisions? Do you like the way that you do things? And like really notice the ways that you know, this has been such a big thing for me, especially just like separating my finances and getting to the place where it's like, I am like the sole person responsible for financially contributing, but then also like making decisions, which, you know, is new for me. So, Augie found the camera. Notice the places that you are second guessing yourself or doubting yourself, and start to make decisions based on what you like, what you want, without anyone else's opinions, without if there are rules, without, you know, whatever society thinks or whatever. Again, I know that like getting new sheets probably seems trivial, but I do believe that it is in these little decisions that's like where we're lifting the weights to be able to then make the bigger decisions in your art, in the work that you're putting out in the world, in showing up authentically. So we have, as you can see, this is my closet, and like I don't feel like it's that bad. Like it's actually really good. So I mean, I do have a ring light there, but like it's not really hard for me to maintain this being clean, which I think is a good sign. So here's what I'm wondering though, is that I remember Shaina saying that your closet is your identity, which I feel like is fine, but it's my bedroom that is like abysmal. Okay, so how do I just like, okay, so this is what we're working with. We've got literally, okay, and I feel like I do need to give a visual. Like this, I swear to God, is the exact same fabric from the pajamas from the Boy in the Striped pajamas. Like, tell me that I'm wrong. I do really love this dresser, but there is children's clothing all over it. There's so many of these little like studs because there used to be artwork here. This is where I'm working from. That's right. You can make multiple six figures working at a piece of shit disc. Just like that. But that's not what I want. So I want this place, this room, to feel more like a refuge. Maybe I'll just call Shaina and ask her what she thinks it means, because I feel like she's gonna have a good answer.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, I have a couple of really random questions. Okay, so first off, according to your decluttering mastery mindset, theories, all of the things which I lived my entire life by, what does it mean that my bedroom is in complete shambles?
Your bedroom's in complete shambles?
Yeah, it's horrific.
Yeah, I mean, usually your bedroom can symbolize, you know, a lot of stuff with like your relationship status, right? Because that's where usually you're the most intimate.
So that tracks then, I guess.
Right. So yeah, that would probably line up pretty well right there.
Okay, Beth. Okay, here's my other question. I'm thinking about moving, and I just feel like I want, like, energetically, like, my own space, but it doesn't actually make sense financially. Like, by the time, like, it will be cheaper, but by the time I pay to move, it wouldn't, like, if it's just a wash financially, do you still think that it's worth it to be in my own, like, fresh space?
Yeah, so you said you want your own space, even though you have your own space now, you're saying you want a fresh start.
Yeah, like, I feel like I technically picked this place. Well, I picked it, and then my ex, you obviously know his name, I'm trying not to say it. Oh, I am recording. By the way, surprise. But so I picked this place, he wasn't interested in it, but then we moved, and then he found it, so then we both kind of found it separately. But it just feels very, like, connected to him still.
Yeah, I mean, if it feels connected to him, then I think that if you're not able to finagle it where it's not connected to him, do you know what I mean? Like, I had my apartment with a roommate, which actually ended pretty badly. But then when I met my now husband, and I loved this apartment so much that, like, I created the space or recreated the space for it to feel like a fresh start because I wanted this apartment. And so like for me, I literally sold everything that I owned. Like we got like professional deep cleaners in here, like, so it made it feel like a total new fresh start, right? Mm-hmm. So there's ways to do it in that sense where it can feel like a new chapter, but if you can't like figure that out, then yeah, I would say just like, you know, cut your losses and move on.
Okay, well, I'm taking I want to like take a beat to like make my bedroom not so much of a disaster, so then maybe that's kind of where I start, and then once it feels better, make the decision from there.
Yeah, for sure. Start with the path of least resistance.
So my battery died, but basically Shaina said go with the path of least resistance, start there. So I am going to continue onward, obviously, with doing my bedroom as best as I can. Again, I don't really feel like now is the moment for me to like just trash everything or sell everything, you know, and just like completely start over. So I'm gonna just kind of go with what I have, change the bedding. We'll start there. I do want to wash the sheets though before I put them on, so I'm gonna try cleaning this. Maybe I'll film the update tonight, maybe I'll wait till the morning when the sun is better. But as a reminder, here's the before. This is what we are working with. Literal hell. Okay, so I have an update. I got the sheets on the bed, and I'm not gonna say that it's a smash, but I'm also not gonna say that it's a pass. I think it is significantly better. Okay, here, I'm just gonna show you. So where we landed here is basically that I did essentially decide to keep the boy in the striped pajamas on here because it just, I don't know. Again, it's not a smash, but it's not quite a pass. But I do think it looks better than just like this, right? I don't know. Honestly, this is a struggle. But I guess in regards to what Shaina said, it is probably still a pretty accurate reflection of my love life. So that's just where we're at. We're going to be working on self-love because, like the TikToker said, being a celebrity is about loving who you are, what you do, and how you do those things. So we're going to be falling in love with ourselves on this journey, and I will keep y'all posted on how the whole bed situation unfolds. But thank you for watching, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Go be famous. Bye. Thank you again for listening. And just as a reminder, if you are interested in my Black Friday specials, send me a DM on TikTok or Instagram. I'm at Whitney Uland. And just send me the words Black Friday, and I will make sure that you are on our Black Friday list so that you can get exclusive first access to all of the deals that I have. So I'm super excited to hit the ground with those and just help y'all become self-made celebrities and help more good-hearted artists, creatives, and influencers create massive success. So enjoy, and I will see you in my DMs. Bye.